Welcome back, folks. We are now joined by the president of Seton Hall University, Dr. Joseph Nyre. Good to see you, doctor.
Great to be with you, Steve.
That's an awesome background behind you. We love it.
It's an awesome campus.
That's right. Yes, let's speak about the campus. Fall 2020, Seton Hall has a plan. Some people have called it a national model, potentially. What is the plan for students, faculty, everyone at the Seton Hall community for fall 2020?
Well, we recognize that how the virus rolls out for the remainder of the summer will drive many of our behaviors. But Steve, we had 140 faculty and staff and administrators and students planning on teams to map out the fall. And in short, what we've developed is a high flex option for students. We have some students from other states, from around the globe, that may not be able to return to campus for family reasons, for health reasons. We want to accommodate them. But the majority of our students, 85+%, want to be back on campus in the fall. And what we've done is developed a teaching modality. We're in the process of retrofitting every single classroom that will allow our students to learn remotely or in person on campus. We're reducing density in our classrooms, reducing density in our residence halls, modifying our dining spaces, and ensuring that we're prepared for how students can return in the fall to a healthy and safe environment.
You know, Dr. Nyre, Seton Hall University, one of the several institutions of higher learning that we partner with, and I've gotten different responses from different presidents, different universities and colleges. University life, higher ed life changed forever. Fair to say, no matter what happens with COVID-19.
No doubt about it. Absolutely true.
Because
we were already in a period of disruption. We were in a period of change. About every 50 years, higher ed, the higher education sector, changes dramatically. And it's been over 75 years since our last change, which was the GI Bill after World War II that changed higher education forever.
In the 1940s.
That's right.
Wow.
That's right. All of these GIs came back and had access to higher education, and the system changed dramatically, almost overnight. And we were in a period of disruption before the pandemic. The cost of higher ed, the regulatory expenses, the demographic shift in the Northeast and the Midwest, the change in platform delivery, the move to online, all of these elements were coming together that were forcing universities through a period of disruption. And then the pandemic came ashore. And it's been like a bright light and an accelerator. It's been a bright light on cracks and fissures in every sector of our economy, from Wall Street to Main Street, from healthcare to supply chain, but also higher ed. It's a bright light on any crack or fissure that was pre-existing. And it's acted as an accelerant for the change in higher education. I often say that it's easier to go back and change the course of history than it is to change a history course. That's changed overnight. We've seen the acceleration in higher ed. Most universities across the country flipped a switch, and within 2 to 3 days, or all within a period of 10 days, had gone remote learning for the health and well-being of their students and faculty. But this has changed higher ed forever.
You know, the other piece of this equation, and we'll talk about beyond the academics, is the sports side. Let me disclose that in addition to teaching at Seton Hall at the Buccino Leadership Institute, great challenging group of students up there, I'm a Seton Hall University basketball fan. You and I have seen each other at many games. As soon as you were announced, you were at those games at the Prudential Center. A big part of the Seton Hall story is sports, involves sports. What do we know and what don't we know about, I know there are a lot of sports, but I'm just talking men's basketball right now. What do we know?
Well, we know that our season was cut short. We know that college basketball, in partnership with the NBA, were very early responders to the pandemic. I don't think any of us would have thought that the NBA or college sports were going to set national health policy, but those two endeavors, because it was conference tournament time, demonstrated what was right, and they moved before there was guidance to reduce density and to stop play. Now, how we resume play is the big question. We're seeing early experiments right now. We're seeing early experiments with what baseball is trying to do. We've seen college football come back to voluntary practices across the country. We're seeing a rise in the cases in the southern states, in small outbreaks on campuses that have brought athletes back. So it's unfolding right now how best to manage and move forward.
Right.
We're hopeful about the fall and what it means for college basketball. And we were on a call the other day with the NCAA with Mark Emmert talking about March Madness or maybe April Madness. But there's a strong inclination to be back on the court and be playing basketball come basketball season.
Let me just clarify for folks, we are taping this on the 16th of June. It's always in the corner of your screen. You see it. It will be seen after that. So remember, this is a snapshot in time. Neither Dr. Nyre nor myself or anyone else can predict the future, but help people understand this. Seton Hall University basketball is a big deal on a lot of levels, but connect it beyond sports, beyond sometimes packed houses at the Prudential Center, to the academic side of the equation. There's a correlation, is there not?
There is. We know, and it's been tracked very closely across higher ed, that when your athletic teams are accelerating, you often see your applications accelerate and the quality of your applications accelerate. For the last 2 years in a row, Seton Hall has brought in its largest and most qualified freshman classes in its 165-year history. It's a testament to the faculty, it's a testament to the university, and we also know that athletics plays a role in opening the doors and introducing Seton Hall across the country or around the globe to many people who are following college athletics.
One more quick question here in the minute we have left. By the way, if you hear a dog barking, it's ours. It's not Dr. Nyre's up on campus. That's what happens with remote recording. Quick question on this. Because I've taught remotely and in person at your campus, others, real quick, how are we training and coaching professors to teach more effectively remotely?
So part of our plan is we have an intensive summer seminar series to help our faculty learn the new technology that we're installing in all of the classrooms as we speak. And we know as a sector, as a system, higher education has to do a better job preparing our faculty for remote and online learning. I've said to my children, there may never be another snow day for you, because we demonstrated that there can be something gleaned from the academic day. And we know that as we come out of the pandemic and as the clouds begin to part, that our capacity to ensure this technology advances learning is central to our mission. So training faculty, absolutely part of the solution.
We want to thank Dr. Joseph Nyre, president of Seton Hall University. We appreciate you joining us. All the best to the community, the family at Seton Hall. Thank you, Doctor.
Thank you, Steve.
I'm Steve Adubato. We'll be right back.
State of Affairs with Steve Adubato is a production of the Caucus Educational Corporation. Funding has been provided by Hackensack Meridian Health, Wells Fargo, Summit City MD, New Jersey Sharing Network, Horizon Blue Cross Blue Shield of New Jersey, the New Jersey Economic Development Authority, the Healthcare Foundation of New Jersey, Kessler Foundation, and by the Adler Aphasia Center. Promotional support provided by NorthJersey.com and Local IQ, and by AM 970 The Answer.
Hello, this is Bob Garrett, CEO of Hackensack Meridian Health. As we see a downward trend in COVID-19 patients, we must continue to take measures to promote good health with safety at the forefront. We've created designated areas for the treatment of COVID-19 patients. We're monitoring the temperature of all patients, visitors, and team members. And we're thoroughly cleaning and sanitizing all facilities. It is safe to come back and get the health care you need. Visit hackensackmeridianhealth.org/getcarenow.